Hi. So, we're doing 31 movies in this month. I messed up already because this is the day I was supposed to do a movie. You didn't have to do it. First, it was supposed to be P.S. I Love You, and I already talked about so much more that I was going to do. That didn't get recorded, so this is handheld. So, I'm sorry in advance that you're going to be like, it's a lot of movement. And I'm also like, you're right, it is. I'm Jermaine Callando. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to give you a movie tomorrow. Today, I'm going to talk about 27 dresses. That's 27 dresses. Let's go. It is a classic. I don't think it's a cult classic. It is one of Katherine Heigl's movies where she does rom-coms. She did a good, this is one of those rom-coms where you're like, ooh, yes, it is. It starts off with her doing 2 weddings at the same time in one night. And there was this reporter there that was like, hey, were you at 2 weddings? The way they added the movie as the start, it has such a fast pace. And you're like, gotta watch this. And you don't know this, that she is a hopeless romantic. Not so much like a hopeless romantic, but like a hopeless romantic. Basically in a manner of like, she loves her boss. She is in love with her boss. She has a best friend that is at her job. And then, she has a sister that's from Italy. They've been in Italy for a while. That just came home. And they have tension. Her name, I think, is Tess. And Katherine Heigl's Tess. I'm not going to know everyone's name. So there are some movies where I will give you the full synopsis with everyone's name. I'm very sorry. This is not happening with this movie. I'm going to do this. Out. Okay. So basically, the movie starts off as that. And so what happens is Tess comes home. Oh my gosh, she's home. Like, when I meet. And then she meets Katherine Heigl's biggest crush ever. And that makes Katherine Heigl go a little bit cuckoo. And it takes a while for all that to happen. She's really down. Her sister gets engaged. They met, found love. The sister's been lying. The boss is a vegetarian. And also, he's using the boss. What is it? Little brother pal as a cleaning thing. Tess is a mess. Tess is a mess. I love Tess. I'm Tess in the story. So most of the movie, there's also the journalist. The journalist comes in her life several times. And at first, it starts off as like, oh my God, it's expose. Because he finds her back in the day. Like, this movie gets dated because of this one thing. Like how you have a planner. He found her planner, basically, in a sense. So with that planner, a lot of foolishness and flows because he sees all her plans and knows all her stuff in that plan. And then the article comes out. Now, this is the most important part. I am going to flub this movie up. Do not forget, Tess is getting married. Tess does this very rude thing. Now, there's 2 things that happen to this thing. The movie's called 27 Dresses because she wore 27 dresses, I think, within that year. She wore that many things, and that meant 2 things. One, this one was popular. You are been 27 times a bridesmaid. And then they discuss it with the journalist of all the times, all these different dresses upon dresses upon dresses. And I'm like, first and foremost, this is in New York, in Manhattan. So, like, she has space, I guess, for those dresses. And then, basically, they have a romp, they have a little bit of a boom, boom, boom. Like, look at her in all these weddings. It was so beautiful, all these weddings. They do this a line where, like, oh my God, you can wear it again and just trim it. Now, there are a lot of things that I want you to know in this movie. She's also in another wedding in the same movie before her sister. Because the receptionist is getting married too. Ain't that beautiful? I would be so tired. Like, so basically she lives her own life, right? She doesn't have a dog. She is just herself. There's no dog. She's a single woman. And let's go along with the thought process. If you were this person, she is hopelessly romantic over her boss. She loves her boss. She has abandonment issues because her mom died early. And then she has a dad that is also too dependent on her for a while. Too dependent. And then she has a best friend that is like, oh, world. And so basically, she has this break. In a true romantic fashion, she has a breakthrough. But they call it break. But it's a breakthrough. When she exposes her sister. Now, someone exposes her first. And then she exposes the sister. So she's like, that's what happens. You tell the truth and I can do that. Boom. And she does it too. How does she do it? She blows up Tess' spot. Everything that Tess lied about to get the man blew up the spot. Now, mind you, the romantic comedy part is that she falls in love with the reporter. Now, throughout the whole movie, the reporter's there the whole time. And in a sense, this is really sweet. They do this song, they do this dance. They have a vibe where she's more herself. She's more like cunning, and she's more honest. She's more real New York, all that fun stuff. One times. That is the good part about the movie. No, people like, it's a really romantic movie. Not really. Because, think about it, he stalked the hell out of her. He's lost a pattern, and he keeps finding her, which is essentially what most people do when you want to find someone that's beautiful. But also, he proposes to her. They get married, and at the end of the wedding, at the end of the movie, all the women that wore the dresses are at the wedding, and pretty much every last one. And Tessa's in the wedding too. I think she wasn't. Don't know. But I will say this: it is a sweet ending to it, and that's my synopsis of this movie. This is a quick synopsis more than anything else. Can we dive more into it? Yes. So, Katherine Heigl plays this very complex character. That's the truth. You should find someone that you are always going to root for. Her sister is not someone that you naturally root for. She took the man that we all do that Tess wanted. And then she also is well adjusted way more than Tess was. To the point where she knew what she was doing to Tess the whole movie, but she never talked about it with Tess. So there's always been this sublime culture where Tess is getting protected by her sister, which is Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl literally doing it for her son. Sister, she did her bow, she did this. Just because the dad never remarried, and the dad was sad because the wife died. And that in itself causes a lot of the rift where she literally grew her sister up, basically. And she didn't have to, but after a while, she probably did. Her sister becomes the brat. And as a brat, she goes along the places. She becomes a model. She loves all these Italian men, and she's a man. She's a little bit like a fun girl in the town, basically. And that in itself is the true relationship of them. It is hard to have we love each other. We love each other. We love each other. I love you. That. And it's hard to see it because once you see it, then you understand what people go through. But at the same time, it is honest because everyone that has a relationship with your siblings know we love each other, but we also love each other. Because your best friend, they know you the most. They've been around you a lot. Most of your 18 years of living, they were there. They saw the changes. They know they know where somebody's a bed. And that's pretty much it. Now, we can talk about so much more, like how the boss also did the same thing Tess did. Because technically, never forget, she finally quits the job and stuff like that. I think she does quit the job. And then they have a moment where they're going to kiss. And it was like, oh, damn, we missed our moment. We are now just brother and sister. And it's not her fault. It's that she finally found love with a real man. Compared to this guy that never saw it for her. And that is the real synopsis of this movie. There are a lot more I can go along with because I know me. I think I can say it. 10 minutes is a good mark. If you watch the whole thing, recommend me. If you love it, woo, yay. If you want to watch more things like this, subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, it will help out the channel most. I really am trying to get to my subscribers. Let's get to 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 1,000 people, by 1,000. And get this hour's watch as most times as possible. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also you can subscribe to my website. That's the Jermaine Experience. That's THEE, Jermaine Experience. And I'm on all platforms as Jermaine Callando. Except TikTok, which is the Jermaine Experience. Jermaine Callando, J-R-E, Callando, C-A-L-L-C-A-L-A-N-D-O. That's it, guys. I'll talk to you later with the next one.